All right, we back. I had some technical difficulties. My bad, but give me a little longer and then like a couple minutes. I'm over here trying to get these links since I have to send out new links because it's a new stream. But give me a second though. Get it. Ja Moran is crazy. Playing with a toy gun again. Come on, Ja. All right. Ja Morant fucking with a toy gun again. Look at this in the top above me. Let me post this real quick. But that's crazy. Ja Morant don't give a fuck. They gave him $200 million. He said, "Man, y'all gave me $200 million, man. What you thought?" Ja on their head. Ja say he not playing. He really with the shit. He don't care. Ja crazy though, for real. He shouldn't. He finna crash out. fuck is going on? Yeah, my bad. I had technical difficulties. I had to. I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, some shit was going on, so I had to fix it. But you know, even though I fixed it, it ain't really over because nothing's really ever over. It's just chill for now, you know? Kind of like Ja Morant. He chill for now. Give him a couple days, he gonna post another gun pic. Just in case y'all forgot. Crazy, bro. Let me get $200 million contract. Well, all right. I think I'm back. I got my everything in order. I guess I can start up another. Ah, I fucked it off, bro. That shit sucks. I hate when I do that. I posted it and then I realized I fucking made a mistake just now. Ain't that some bullshit? And Instagram tripping right now too, so let me see. I'm glad I double checked it before though. Come on, move out the way. Yeah, I'm glad I checked it double checked it before though. But still, I hate when I do that. I might as well start rendering it again, huh? It's supposed to be P. There. Yeah. Fuck. Hate that. At least I didn't post it in that many places yet, but that shit's annoying because sometimes, I don't know. Because I was almost done, that's why. But you know. Shit happens. And then you die. Come on. Let's do it, bro. Bail me out one time. I need to charge this motherfucking phone up, too. There we go. That's the one I'm trying to delete. Let me click on it. Then delete it real quick. Come on. Alright, let me play a little of this game. Try not to pay attention to it. Maybe it'll hurry up.
I cannot do that here.
Apologies.
He also gave me this amulet. What is it?
The mark of the Haradrim. An ancient order of scholars and mages, sworn to protect Sanctuary from demons.
Fuck that. Just redo
These days, we are few in number. There is another Haradrim, Donan. His breadth of knowledge about demons is equal only to his hubris.
Sounds like he could help us.
You should seek him out in Skosgland. But don't forget about the cathedral. They'll be expecting you, and they might prove to be useful allies too.
You're not coming with me?
I'm going to the Dry Steps to find out who that pale man is. Join me when you can, just be careful. Your ties to Lilith, the visions you see. You are the key to finding her and stopping whatever she has planned.
Alright.
Sometimes
simple
our
enough.
paths in life are set to collide. We just don't know it. Whether it is by accident or fate's hand, there is nothing we can do about it. The wanderer lost in the storm, fed the blood of Lilith, saved by a lone monk.
fucking up
Different
all over
lives
right
and
now, bro. This
incidents
shit
drawn
crazy.
together.
Alright. Is that the one then that I'm
By
using?
what?
Yeah, alright, fuck it. Then that's the one.
Destiny? Or some greater power pulling the strings? I did not know. But at the time, I thought I had the chance to protect humanity from the daughter of hatred. The Wanderer's connection to her gave me hope. Imagine that.
Hope? Like Noah? Nah, that's over some people's head, probably. Alright, whatever. Let's, see if I know how to play this game anymore. Can I upgrade some shit? Alright. Don't look like it. Where I'm supposed to go? Alright, I don't know where we're supposed to go, but we're finna find out real quick. Let's see if we left off around here.
Is capable of domineering over the others, and also of being dominated by superior or stronger forces. To abnormally develop any phase of the nature is to create a tyrant that, because of superior strength, will vampirize and tyrannize the fire body the power of motion and emotion, and the water body the power of reproduction and growth. Therefore, while unseen, there are many manifestations and functions which bear witness to the power of man's invisible constitution. 65. Occultists call the dark air body the mental sheath, the flaming fire body, the astral of the animal world in his work. Realize that our passions and hates create these demoniacal beings in the super-physical world, but this is one of the secrets of black magic. The sign of the cloven hoof, and also as the Star of Bethlehem.
Yeah, we was here.
According to the Pythagorean system of geometry, the Masonic apron, with its 4 points or square and the descending point of its triangular flap, symbolized the same thing. The lower flap conceals the mystery of the murder of Hiram. The raising of the flap symbolizes his resurrection. 4 fingers represented the body with its 4 major divisions, while the thumb, which works with none of the fingers but is useful because it is against the fingers in all of its functions, is used to symbolize the consciousness.
I don't remember where we
In
was
Scripture,
at.
it is stated that God has set himself against his children. It is also interesting to note that man is the only creature that has a thumb working against the fingers. In even the highest simians, the thumb works with the fingers, being in reality only an extra digit. 68. Some ancient students have even correlated the 3 phalanges of the thumb with the Trinity. The first, or distal, phalanx, including the nail, was held sacred to the Father, and its size and shape was used in determining willpower. The second phalanx was considered when analyzing the mental and reflective powers of the subject, while the third phalanx, which is usually large and forms part of the palm of the hand, when overdeveloped, was considered a symbol of a strong animal or physical nature, being sacred to the Holy Ghost, or the East Indian Shiva. 69. These 5 parts, the consciousness and its 4 bodies, were symbolized by the 5-point star, or pentagram. This was known to medieval alchemy as the sign of the cloven hoof, and also as the Star of Bethlehem. According to the Pythagorean system of geometry, the Masonic apron, with its 4 points or square and the descending point of its triangular flap, symbolized the same thing. The lower flap conceals the mystery of the murder of Hiram. The raising of the flap symbolizes his resurrection. 70. The average individual does not realize that life, consciousness, and intelligence are separate and apart from physical substance, merely functioning through chemical bodies during the temporary span which we call life in the chemical world. One of the great occult laws is that to function in any sphere or plane of substance in nature, you must have a body sensitive to and capable of adjustment with that plane of substance. The student must realize that each body is capable of domineering over the others, and also of being dominated by superior or stronger forces. To abnormally develop any phase of the nature is to create a tyrant that, because of superior strength, will vampirize and tyrannize over all other parts of the nature. 71. It is the power given by wisdom and knowledge that makes the occultist superior to his fellow man, his superiority being proportionate to his superior intelligence. In every walk of life, the uninitiated will be confronted with mysteries.
Damn.
To the average person, the working of a gasoline...
Hold on, let's watch this clip first.
Let the light of an audience burn away wickedness. Let not temptation lead you from his holy radiance. Let righteousness sear away corruption and sin. Cast out thy darkness, for only light must remain.
Cast out thine darkness,
Yeah.
for only light must remain.
Is this the one from the west?
Yes, Reverend Mother. Did Lorath not accompany you?
He sent me on without him.
Putting faith in that old man was a mistake. What could possibly be of greater import?
Lilith.
So, you know.
Yeah, we do.
We have received word from one of our knights of a demon sighting in Gale Valley. The description matches too closely to the sighting in the west. If you would travel to Yelesna and take stock of the events there, you would have the gratitude of the Cathedral of Light. I had thought to send Lorath, but
Again, he fails in his duty.
with or without Lorath, the will of Inarius shall be done. Here, take the knight's report before you go.
That's pretty cool. I don't know what just happened, but we did it. Give me a second. Yeah. My bad. Oh shit, I dropped my controller. I'm back though. Yeah. Let's get it.
Laws is that to function in any sphere or plane of substance in nature, you must have a body sensitive to and capable of adjustment with that plane of substance. The student must realize that each body is capable of domineering over the others, and also of being dominated by superior or stronger forces. To abnormally develop any phase of the nature is to create a tyrant that, because of superior strength, will vampirize and tyrannize over all other parts of the nature. 71. It is the power given by wisdom and knowledge that makes the occultist superior to his fellow man, his superiority being proportionate to his superior intelligence. In every walk of life, the uninitiated will be confronted with mysteries. To the average person, the working of a gasoline engine is just as mysterious as calculus would be to a kindergarten child, but intimate relationship and study result in that familiarity which gives ease in handling and intelligence in directing. It has been well said that no man is a stranger to his own valet. The philosopher is a servant of God, and by perfect serving, soon becomes capable of thoroughly understanding the desires and dictates of his divine master. 72. There is a real science even in pegging shoes. Only after years of apprenticeship can man hope to master any craft. In spite of the terrible caste system in India, it is interesting to note that an individual who excels even in the simplest thing is given recognition, and may mingle with those of superior caste. There are but few who excel in anything, while of mediocre people in all walks of life the number is legion. Have you ever watched an individual who is handling with impunity tremendous units of electrical energy? If so, you realize that knowledge is power. The electrician is safe, because he knows the laws governing the thing with which he is working, but should the electrician become careless for a moment, or a person who knows nothing of electricity attempt to do the same thing, he courts instant destruction. 73. The laws of nature obey no man. They know neither virtue nor vice. Like the one-eyed cyclopes of the Greeks, they are giants that fulfill their predestined work, unmoved by the right or wrong use of their forces. The wise man obeys the laws of the substances with which he works, and thereby causes these substances to work for him, but let him for one instant break the laws of the energies which he is controlling, and they destroy him without compunction or discrimination. 74. An occultist is an expert in the science of life. As an operative magician, he is able to manipulate the forces of nature to the gratification of whatever end he may desire, but woe to him if those ends are not in harmony with the natural plan. By means of his knowledge, he may work miracles, like the magicians of India, but his feats are miraculous only to those who do not know as much as he does concerning the subtle forces of nature. 75. The control which knowledge gives over ignorance on the spiritual planes of nature is very much like the control that wealth gives over poverty in the physical world. Wealth may be a blessing or a curse, so may knowledge, which is mental wealth. The wise man will always be master of the fool, for he has a mentality which is capable of demanding respect, and the fool must bow down to that thing which he cannot comprehend. In every age, a few have come into the realization of nature's tremendous powers, and in one way or another, legitimate or otherwise, have become temporary wielders of the serpent scepter. As a man can steal money and remain wealthy until the law dispossesses him, so may a black magician steal a certain amount of divine power and manipulate it to the gratification of his own ends until at last his misuse of power destroys him. 76. During the later Atlantean world, and again in our own modern civilization, there have been and are minds powerful but not virtuous. These two words are not always synonymous. Some of these perverted beings were actual demigods, as glorious as Satan himself, but their misdeeds and falsity sent them hurling into oblivion, like planets gone wrong. These demon gods bred black magic, the perversion of power, in the minds of men, and to this time, it has remained nurtured by man's besetting sin selfishness. 77. Evil will never cease to exist until selfishness and greed are overcome as factors in dictating the attitudes of men. It is the common thing for the concrete mind to sacrifice the eternal to the temporal. Man, concentrating upon the limited area of the known, loses sight of the effect of his actions upon the limitless area of the unknown. Short-sightedness, consequently, is the cause of endless misery. Moral short-sightedness results in vice, philosophical short-sightedness in materialism, religious short-sightedness in bigotry, rational short-sightedness in fanaticism. 78. Wise is the man who serves the greatest end. Whatever be the cost, the thing which men have called harmony and which nature knows as perfect adjustment, is worth all that must be paid for it. Adjustment is the establishment of harmonious relationships between the universal planes of nature and the centers of body consciousness in man. 79. Selfishness promotes self-interest and self-gratification. Slowly the world about vanishes, the soul lives more and more to the attainment of its own desires, and before long the rule of mammon is complete in that life. This means that the best dies and only the shell of material personality remains. It means that the urge of aspiration is no longer felt and that the spirit, immortal and superior, lives as the drudge of appetites and the bondservant of an animal organism, doomed to martyrdom within the prison walls of perversion. 80. We live in an age enlightened in those things pertaining to the body, but woefully ignorant concerning those things which are divine. Every day the spirit of commercialism is fed with the lifeblood of millions. Every day the struggle of competition takes more of man's time and energy, until the finer nature dies for want of consideration, and virtue is deemed an impediment to the progress of the material juggernaut. This turbidity of mental and moral outlook is the breeding place for the larvae of black magic, the curse of the human race. 81. Black magic is a disease. It is a racial cancer. Its long tendrils are like those of an octopus. It infests church and state alike. It enters the hovel of the poor as false hope, leading him to crime and self-destruction. It enters the salons of the wealthy as ambition turns the heart of man into a scheming organ for the accumulation of opulence. Black magic is bred in selfishness, nursed by greed, and tolerated only by hypocrisy, but nevertheless is a most common efflorescence of a commercial age. 82. Magic is not a medieval superstition tutored by the spirit of ignorance, it is a very material fact. This so-called age of enlightenment is in reality only a transference of emphasis from one mental function to another, and while the spirit of arrogance and selfishness remains in the souls of men, they will sell their immortal spirits, as did Faust, for the gratification of self, or, more correctly, the not-self. Honesty is a jewel of priceless value, and the forces of evil have little power over a life lived true to principle. Man, by his covetousness, must first offer his soul for sale, before the devil is in a position to buy it. 83. Nature is an endless area of crisscrossing energies. Those who have power can demand that these energies obey them, whether for good or ill, and senseless force must obey. But force also has its laws and penalties, and man must obey the laws of force, or suffer the consequences of his folly. The black magician, in his selfish egotism, thinks himself greater than God or law, and continually breaks the rules of force, but sooner or later, like Faust again, he is destroyed by his own servant. We are told that Dr. Faustus actually lived in Germany in the early Middle Ages. He had a familiar spirit who served him. One day Dr. Faustus was found dead with a knife in his back, and the townsfolk claimed that his elemental spirit had killed him. 84. In our modern world, black magic finds a fertile breeding ground in man's desires. Age after age, the wants of man destroy him. In ignorance he plays with fire, in thoughtlessness he ignores the immutable laws of nature, and then wonders why the tempests break about his head, why lava and ash bury his cities, why wars lay waste his lands and mighty upheavals of the earth cause continents and nations to vanish in a single day. He neither obeys the laws of force, nor recognizes that cause and effect rule all things, that day after day, he reaps misery as the harvest of thoughtlessness. 85. The white magician consecrates his life to study, meditation, and service, that he may know the law and may direct force to its appointed ends. He molds himself into the plan, becoming part of the divine rhythm by sacrificing himself and his wishes to the will of the infinite, asking only to know wherein his duty lies and how he may be of the greatest service to the greatest number. 86. On the other hand, the black magician is firmly of the belief that he knows what he needs, when in reality he only knows what he wants. He seeks to mold the plan into his own desires. He believes that the universe wants him to be greater than his fellow men, when the cosmic all does not know that he exists other than a tiny atom passing with myriads of similar things to an appointed end. 87. Now let us see how the magician, with his knowledge of the invisible side of nature, is able to manipulate the unseen forces of nature. First, the student must be impressed with the fact that the wise man is seeking to know what nature desires him to do, while the foolish man knows already and tries to force nature to act as the servant of his whims. 88. Nowhere is black magic more apparent than in the modern phases of religion. In both the new and old doctrines, instead of emphasizing the will of the Logos as the law of men, students have been taught to demand of the infinite, and that he will obey. No man may justifiably demand anything except the fruitage of his own labors. Today, however, millions are seeking, by the root of psychology and metaphysics, to reap where they have not sown, believing that the possession of a knowledge which makes them greater than their brethren entitles them to enslave the weaker and uninformed. 89. Let us now consider the four bodies of man as elements in magic, and differentiate clearly between the right and the wrong function of these bodies. 90. First, we will study the bodies as a group. We may say that they were created to be the helpmate of their Lord and Master, Spirit, for in truth they symbolize Eve taken from the side of Adam. The attributes of these bodies are legion, for each has a character of its own. We may say of the bodies of man, as of children, train them when they are young in the way they should go, and when they are great they will not depart therefrom. Our natures cannot be allowed to just grow, like topseed, any more than children can be allowed to run around promiscuously and then be expected to amount to anything. Our natures must be trained, and there must be a definite understanding of who is master and who is servant. 91. A near philosopher allows his mind to ramble, thus creating a host of abominable and absurd concoctions of witless thought. He involves himself and those about him in argument, dissension, and never-ending streams of self-contradiction. He tries to solve the economic situation, creates new religions without learning the old, and buys his thoughts at pawn shops, his general purpose in life being to tear down something. He is like some of the writers of medieval literature, who strove to give the impression that other authors were liars. 92. His mind, which should clarify the issues of life, does nothing but complicate them, and is used only as a means of finding gratification for the senses and thrills for the nervous system. His emotional organism is a mass of appetites and whims. He mistakes ambition for aspiration, cowardice for prudence, greed for economy, and lust for love. So we may repeat, that through all this chain of bodies, we see that the consciousness, instead of being clarified by its bodies, becomes more hopelessly involved by them every day. We may say, by way of definition, that white magic is the service of the real, the consecration of life to the protection and unfoldment of the real. It is the use of the forces of nature for the good of all. Black magic is the use of wisdom and its accompanying power to gratify sensation, ambition, desires, greed, and that medley of function which we call the personality. Its inevitable result is the destruction of the entire spiritual and physical structure.
There we go.
93. The white magician seeks to gain control over himself. The black magician seeks to obtain control over others. Man has four centers of consciousness, four tangible assets, which he may consecrate to the attainment of reality: his mind, his heart, his vitality, and his physical body. A man may be forced to serve another, if that one can temporarily or permanently secure dominion over any of these four centers. To secure dominion over the physical body of another is to make that person a slave. To secure control over the vital body is to steal the vitality of another person, as in vampirization, where one person lives off the life essences of another. A common example of this can be seen when young people are brought up in the association of elderly people. The radiant energy of the child is sapped by the older person. As a result, such children are usually very nervous and seldom strong. Another example of the control of the vital system is to be found in mediumship, when decarnate spirits take ectoplasm from the spleen of a medium in order to materialize.
What is that?
This usually results in the nervous and physical exhaustion of the medium, for he has given his own life as a vehicle to the outside intelligence. 94. The astral body is usually attacked through an excess of feeling, such as religious frenzy, grief, fear, or hate. When a person realizes that he can influence others while they are incapable of reasoning because of emotional excess, and awakens these emotional excesses for the purpose of influencing the weaker ones, as in the case of an evangelistic revival, such an instigating mind is a black magician. The sending of love, hate, or similar feelings to another, in the hope of awakening a similar condition in them for selfish or personal reasons, is also black magic. 95. Mental black magic is far more complicated, for it includes practically all prosperity metaphysics, autosuggestion, mental suggestion, occult treatments, demonstration over environment and conditions, the misuse of hypnosis, mesmerism, personality culture, and other varieties too numerous to mention. In one way or another, it includes practically all religious and economic graft, in fact, every method in which the power of one person over another is used for the aggrandizement of the stronger. It covers every method of gaining superiority, except those based on an honest use of the merit system. Those who can do a certain thing better than others do not need black magic in order to excel at all. We find, under perversions of this idea, such business subjects as psychological salesmanship and the like. The systems advocated work admirably, but they bring endless sorrow to whoever attempts to use them. 96 people who use these false systems vindicate themselves, for the most part, on two unsound hypotheses. 1. That God has intended man.
Hold on, let's see what they got to say.
She had horns like a beast. Strode right past where you stand. To think my mother's trapped in there with her. You let my mother through, sir. Shouldn't you be responsible for her safety?
We have soldiers stationed inside.
You should be worried about them, too. Maybe you can help me.
Alright, let's see what you're talking about.
My mother and I studied the Horadrim. We were onto something big. But then she ran off. It's not like her to abandon the hunt.
Yeah, alright.
Mines are closed on church orders. They're not safe. Especially not for children.
Alright.
She did. The horned woman was the demon Lilith.
No, that can't be. My mother taught me that name. You speak of the daughter of hatred.
Did Trava mention me? She wasn't angry, was she?
He like,
There's
did she
more than
mention
your
me?
job at stake here.
That's funny.
Come on. Let's get this over with.
Let's go.
The damn hoist is stuck. We've got to go on foot.
Alright, they'll figure it out. Let's get back to the manly P-Hall.
To have whatever his puny intellect desires. 2.
Oh,
that
shit.
man knows what he needs. Both of these are false assumptions. Man was not intended by God to be rich, wise, beautiful, healthy, witty, of charming personality, or happily married. This does not mean that the Lord has any objection to any of these things or all of them. It merely means that if man desires these things, he must go forth, as Adam was directed to do, earning his bread by the sweat of his brow and not by the sweat of somebody else's. 97. The aura of man's consciousness is his dwelling place.
That sucks. but
It is his
whatever.
feudal castle. Though he be driven from his home, from his world, that is his sanctuary. None has a right, for good or ill, to enter that sanctuary, other than by the door, any more than one would have a right to enter another's home by the kitchen window. The door of the sanctuary, in this case, is the physical world, because here all men have the privilege of knowing their opponent. Here all have an opportunity to struggle against the thing they do not desire. Here your brother has the privilege of rejecting your proposition, or of accepting it, if such be his pleasure. He may let you into his house or keep you out, as he may see fit, for here at least there is one equality. Men may say yes or no, according to their moral dictates, and may have the privilege of defending their integrity with their lives. 98. You may go up to your friend John and say, I wish you would stop smoking, you ought not to do it. But you have no right, regardless of how virtuous or altruistic your desire may be, to sneak into the brain of John and implant there something which he cannot combat because he does not know that it exists. Any person who does such a thing assumes the responsibility for the life that he has led out of its natural course. 99.
Right,
The
that's why I
masters
don't be trying to
themselves,
help.
our elder brothers, will enter no man's house unless invited, for they accord all creatures the privilege of living their own lives. If an occultist were to break both legs, and should ask, in whatever way he knows, that one of the great healers should mend his left leg, the healer would come, labor with that leg, and go away, even though he knew the right were broken also. He will not touch it, for he has been given permission to work upon only one. 100. Wisdom is given to no man until he asks for it, for in nature every creature is accorded the privilege of unfolding its own destiny, guarded and protected legitimately by those intelligences placed there by nature for that purpose. Those about us in the world who seek to assume the lives of others, and set aside the law of individual completeness, always injure and seldom do good. 101. An aged and wise Chinese once set out to visit a distant place. He sent a messenger ahead to tell the good folks of the house to prepare him no food save rice, but when he arrived, he found a many-course dinner awaiting him, for the good family felt that they must so honor his presence. The philosopher reproved them, saying, I asked for rice, you have given me fish. I asked for rice, you have given me corn. I asked for rice, you have given me meat. I asked for rice, and you have given me sweets, and among all these things you have given me no rice. Observing that the family was hurt by the words, the philosopher added, I have lived these many years, and, after studying carefully this body which God has given me, I have found that it doth flourish nobly upon rice. It was with wisdom that I ordered rice, it was with folly that you insulted me by offering other foods. You say that I am a great philosopher, that I am wiser than all other men, and yet you did not think me wise enough to order my own meal. In the same way, when our brother asks for rice, we have no right to give him meat because we think he ought to have it. It matters not whether the meat be physical or spiritual, whether the rice be literal or allegorical. 102. No man who is sick should be healed merely because he is ailing. He should learn the lesson that accompanies the disease that he has brought upon himself. To affirm health is foolishness, to find out the reason for the ailment, make right the wrong, and become healthy again, is wise and proper. To be so moderate, so wise, so thoughtful as not to become sick, is still better philosophy. It is black magic of the worst kind to interfere in any way with the individuality and mental independence of any human being. If this individual becomes a menace to society, it may become necessary to incarcerate him for the good of the community, but this does not in any way interfere with the conscious functioning of his mind. 103. If the incident shows such a one the error of his ways, it is well, but whatever the result, he has been permitted to remain the maker of his own destiny and the captain of his own soul. He is at least living his own life and dying in the way that he chooses. He has been reasoned with, and it has failed. He has scorned pleadings and prayers. All has been done that man can do. Let no one enter the sanctuary even of the criminal soul, for as his spirit is a part of God, endowed with the inalienable prerogative of choice, so the vengeance of God will descend upon him who seeks to steal in and cloud that brain or influence that divine spark against its own will. Many an individual has played havoc with the laws of nature by not allowing the individual to fulfill his own destiny. 104. We cannot always tell why souls come into the world rich or poor, some to grow strong and survive, others to become weak and succumb, but this we do know, that the law of karma directs these things, placing each life where it will best learn the lesson needed for its growth. Some must learn in sickness and pain, others in laughter and joy. Some must learn to be exalted, others to humble themselves. But all are here to save their souls by the sweat of their brows, to need the bread of their own existence, even though they must mix it with their own lifeblood. 105. What man of myopic vision dares to ordain health for the sick or illness for the strong?
Oh, it's a bad guy.
Who dares to say this poor man should be rich or this man should be poor? Does he know the reason for his coming? Does he know the virtues and vices which, lying hidden in the past, are the invisible causes of his present condition? Does he know the reason for the environment wherein he dwells, or the urges that have led him to his present state? If not, then he should be silent. 106. By this we do not mean that the world should be sympathetic or unready to help. We do mean, however, that the help should be given, and not forced, upon the other. It means we should serve each other, help each other, and love each other, but we should never try to obtain the whip hand over another or over nature. 107. What right has anyone to believe that man was born into the world to be happy? In the Arabian Nights, it is written, happiness must be earned. We are born with a divine birthright, a mind, a heart, 2 hands, and 2 feet. If any of these be missing at the time of our appearance, we have some other function proportionately developed to take its place. With these tools, we may go forth and earn happiness, but we have no right to assume that someone is going to thrust it upon us. We have come here for experience, as a child who goes to school. We may be happy in our studies, or we may curse them all the days of our lives. The wise are happy in doing the thing that should be done. When we command the universe to make well the sick or to make the rich poor, we know not whereof we speak, for in our zeal and ignorance we may be doing an irreparable injury to the one we love, like a parent who cannot deny his children the sweetmeats that they want. In granting their desires, we endanger both their lives and their future efficiency. 108. Let us rather assist all to adjust themselves to things as they are, helping to build a more noble destiny for themselves, not trying to give them something or force the unknown upon them, but rather assisting all to develop those faculties which will make them worthy to have things which they desire, and that great peace which all the world is seeking. When we ask the Infinite Father to give us those blessings which we lack, or to straighten the crooked paths wherein we walk, let us always add this stipulation to our endless string of desires: let these things be, if they are best for me, if not, thy will, not mine, be done. Let us always qualify our will to achieve by such deference to the divine will that alone does all things well. In this we make safe the course of our procedure. This humility will save us from the great adversary who, under the guise of egotism, whispers to us that we are greater than the infinite. Time and time again, as Milton said, we are hurled flaming from the ethereal skies when we seek to be greater than that power which is the cause of all things. 109. We all want the good things of life, we all desire to be surrounded by friends, but we have no right to expect to attract any of these things except when our own lives have earned us the right to be honored, respected, and admired. The struggle of modern competitive ethics is very keen, but it offers to the winner a prize in keeping with the intensity of the strife. The environment of modern social conditions was created by human qualities and temperaments, and man has placed himself therein in order to learn how to adjust himself to its complications and uncertainties. The victory lies in the control he gains over himself, his viewpoint, his temperament, and his idiosyncrasies. 110. Man has long considered happiness to lie in dominating others, or in keeping up with the standards of the Joneses. All through the ages, he has striven either to imitate or control others, instead of acquiring self-control and unfolding the individuality which makes him different from all other things and gives him the power of excelling in something. When man exchanges his daily life of service for mental shortcuts, and excuses his vices instead of mastering them, he is falling under the influence of black magic, a subtle power which caters to the worst in him. People are eternally trying to walk out of difficulties, instead of trying to work out of them.
Walk through them,
The result is always fatal, for the problem evaded must be forever the problem unmastered. 111. In the picture on page 6 we see the auric bodies of man. In the center is the physical, the stone. Above and around this radiate the lines of force, which we call the finer bodies. These bodies are urges to mastery and also endless causes of slavery, depending upon whose shoulders the responsibility rests. Surrounding this black physical form is man's disease armor, called the vital aura, shown diagrammatically in the drawing as a checkered area because of the interpenetrations and criss-crossings of the two higher ethers with the two lower. Under normal conditions, this etheric body radiates through the pores of the skin in a form resembling fine fur extending several inches beyond the body. Occultism teaches that germs are more astral and metaphysical than substantial. As a result, while this vital aura radiates from the body, it protects man against evil forces and influences from both the physical and etheric worlds. If he is run down, debilitated, or his vital force depleted, this aura loses its power and allows 1,000 external influences to tear down his strength and courage. It also permits disease elements to enter, and the result is often fatal. 112. Outside the aura is the egg-shaped astral body, with its center in the liver and its large end downward, surrounding the areas of the greatest sensation. It is ever-changing in color, and through it pass endless shadow forms which express in panorama the emotions and feelings of man. It is glorious, radiant, opaline, never appearing twice the same. Outside this is the mental body, as it would appear in a highly developed adept, as an egg-shaped vehicle with its large end upward, bulging through the area of greatest intelligence. It is the midnight blue of the dark nebula referred to on page 34. These bodies are visible clairvoyantly, also physically with the aid of the killer screens, as interpenetrating globes of light, and constitute the causal bodies lying behind the motion, emotion, and rationality expressed by the dense physical envelope. 113. At a point between the eyes, in the forehead, dwells the human consciousness, in the holy place of his tabernacle, enthroned among the globes which form his bodies. Man, by his actions, is gradually unfolding the possibilities lying latent in his physical body. By his conservation of energy, he is gradually unfolding sequentially the centers of his vital consciousness. This end can be attained only through intelligent living, for the vitality is extracted from the atmosphere, from the sun's rays, from our food, and from other sources. Through gradual purification and regeneration of his emotions and feelings, control of his fire mist body with its outbursts and excesses, man gradually raises the vibratory rates and unfolds the latent possibilities of the astral body, thus redeeming the animal soul.
See.
By his thoughts, ideals, and aspirations, aided by the twin faculties of logic and reason, man gradually gains control of that seething mental vortex, which will later put him in harmony with the divine mind of the solar god. 114. The occultist is taught that the so-called worlds of nature are the bodies of the solar man, and that each of these bodies corresponds with the lesser vehicles within man himself. Thus adjustment of his mental body to the mental plane of nature makes him one with the mind of God, and all the other bodies follow the same procedure. 115. Each thought, emotion, and action, accordingly, is important, bringing ever closer the day of individual liberation. Any power or quality which paralyzes or even delays this process is detrimental to man, and anyone who consciously seeks to improve himself to the detriment of his brother is unfit to live, yet such a system forms the keynote of modern ethics. If man would only learn to be honest, realizing that the universe is honest and that we are rewarded according to our motives as well as our works, we would rid the world of much that is undesirable. 116. Black magic appeals to the mass mind. It appeals to the principles of our civilization. It offers something for nothing.
Go back. I'm not sure.
As long as there is cupidity in the human heart, it will remain as a menace to the honesty and integrity of our race.
Weird.
If occult students will only remember that honesty is the deadly enemy of black magic, and that it holds no terrors for the individual who is true to himself and true to the golden rule, he can protect his own soul and those he loves from its insidious and unnatural influences.
Well, there you have it. Henley P. Hall broke it down. Clear as day. So, I mean, if you still don't know, then I guess let's listen to that again on your own time. This is the guy I'm supposed to talk to.
We need reinforcements.
Went around in circles just to go right back to him. It's crazy.
What was that?
It came from beyond the gate.
All right, let's see what they talking about real quick. Oh, we finally going in.
The escort. They're all dead. Over there.
Where? Over there?
A woman. Vigo. It was one of the women you sent. Only she wasn't human. She was a demon, like the statue. Claims she mothered sanctuary. It was a dead bloodbath.
The other woman, Venard. Where is she?
She begged for her life. Well, I spared her. Let her deeper in. Give up, girl. She's lost. Vigo, you must listen. Steel did nothing. Spells, prayers, all useless. Go to Corvala. Tell Plower. Raise the army. The father. Evil itself mocks sanctuary. Do this for me.
He is dead.
I'm done for. Your mother told me this trinket would bring good fortune. To think I trusted her.
She bribed you with it, didn't she? You weren't supposed to let her through at all. But it's not too late. She can still be saved.
Not by me. Not anymore. Prava will know what to do.
You're leaving us? Abandoning her?
There's nothing left to abandon. She's good as dead. I'm sorry, kid.
He really just left us. It's up to us now.
All right, well, let's do it.
Lilith can't be too far.
Well, let's do it. Hold on. Let's see. Oh.
What is this?
Oh, what is it?
How your mind races.
Oh shit. There she go.
Yes, I am Lilith,
Hey.
mother of sanctuary, daughter of hatred. I have what you seek. You
That.
hunger for knowledge. You dragged your child all over sanctuary in pursuit of it.
No, I taught her how to survive.
Salutations.
Is
So-
that what you want to believe? Drop the act. You have questions. I have answers. I
Hey.
know the fabric of the
What up, dog?
cosmos.
Everything I've read has warned me against you.
Right?
You've read so much, yet know so little. Will you accept my offer?
I don't know.
What's the offer though, man?
Will
What's
you
the
let me
deal?
try? I want to try.
Oh shit.
Your mother is alive. She came this way with
I can't
Lilith.
move yet.
How can you be sure?
Sometimes I see visions of the past.
Let's see what Charleston White gotta say real quick.
Yo, did you see that 2 days ago, Baltimore man, he had 2 kids. He committed suicide. He wrote a long paragraph in his story on Instagram to people. He shouted out his family, his friends.
And then told everybody who didn't support him.
Exactly.
He a hoe ass nigga. Yeah, he a hoe ass nigga. And he go burn in hell where he need to be. Oh man, you don't do people like that, homie. Just go on kill yourself. And leave everybody with a bunch of motherfucking questions.
Right.
Nigga, don't answer everybody's questions and then go off and kill yourself.
Exactly.
Nigga, that's some hurtful, selfish, mean, inconsiderate shit. That's selfish. You go write us a letter. I love you. Man, please. Man, just go kill yourself and don't say nothing. Nigga, let us try to figure out what happened, what was wrong. But to give a person some clarity on why you doing this, nigga, that's the most selfish shit you can do as a person. You need no motherfucking clarity on why you done killed yourself. Nigga, I need you to tell me. Nah, that's
The
selfish,
2 kids
homie.
too, man. The 2 kids too is what touched a lot of people.
Man, fuck them kids.
Oh shit.
Man, fuck them
shit,
kids,
here we
nigga.
go.
Everybody fucked up. The kids, the wife, the mama, the brother. The kids hurt too, but nigga, mama hurt. Brother hurt. Nigga, I done lost 2 homeboys, my nigga. My nigga killed himself in front of his daughter. His mama at the house.
That's crazy.
Wife. Man, my nigga daughter woke up, nigga, to a gun blast. Look in the closet, her daddy dead. By his own motherfucking hands. My best
Dang.
nigga, homie. Nigga, I'm mad the motherfucker, my nigga. But I don't want no answers. I ain't nigga letter would've fucked me up. Nigga, when I see my nigga mama, I cry like a motherfucker on the inside. When I see his son and I fucked up them nigga, man, nigga, I cry. Why, my nigga? Why? Man, why? Nigga, no, man, fuck the nigga. Everybody hurt from that. Everybody.
What are your thoughts when people say check on your friends? Do you think that is an accurate statement? Because you could check on
People don't
somebody
believe that shit.
and everything seems okay.
Man, friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life.
Right?
Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get... They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, friends don't check on nobody. Family. Family. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
White.
Homie,
I ain't never
friends
strengthened
don't
an
let each
interview
other
like
be
that.
who
My
they
bad.
really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl. Can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh, man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down.
Yeah, already.
Without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this. So I build a family away from a family, nigga. My friends become my family at some point.
All right. Just dropping some game right there, man.
He was spared.
Hope y'all was picking up what he was putting down. You did.
Do you have faith in me?
I want to.
Good. For now, all you need know is that we are going to meet my son.
Rathma, the first necromancer.
I thought she was finna say something else.
And more. He is the key to my plans.
It sounds like they're searching for Lilith's son, Rathma. Together.
It's a family affair.
What are you thinking?
Go. There they go. Big ones. Damn. Going down right here. Gonna die. Holy shit. Gotta get out of here. Uh-oh. Think I done met my match. What do I gotta do? Come over here. Alright. Oh, this bitch helping, I forgot.
I'm not ready yet.
Kill it. Damn. I got some plants. Motherfucking plants fell out the motherfucker. That's funny. It's always funny when pants fall out of somebody. Got a staff? Hey. Got some better pants. I don't know where to go now. That was crazy, low-key. I didn't think I was gonna make it. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let's see what we got. Damn, that's 13 hours ago already? Sheesh. This way. Oh, you coming back to life? Oh, necromancer.
I'm not ready.
Damn. Just keep beating him up with the stick.
I must wait a moment.
Bringing him back to life. Damn. Trying to run away?
I'm not ready yet.
I got some more pants. I don't know. I'm gonna go this way. I think this way is best.
I'm not ready yet.
Damn.
I must wait a moment.
You laughing and shit? Get my gold.
Blocked again. Does Lilith know we're coming?
Okay, this shit. Quick. Fuck that. I ain't letting you get up.
You've mastered your fear.
Yeah.
But I still sense your pain. You miss your daughter.
We made it.
My magpie.
We made it.
She's scared right now. She must be.
Go. Or stay. It is time to choose.
I trained her well. She's a good kid. Strong. She'll be all right.
You've chosen well, my child. To reach Wrath,
I am
we will
Saturday.
need to cross a lake at the bottom of these ruins.
You know, hop off in a minute and
It
make some
requires
beats.
a ritual. I will teach you.
At least try to.
As you wish.
Not that
Mother.
good yet.
Good. You're ready for lesson 1.
Still working.
Blood is the key.
What did you see this time? I don't need sparing. Tell me.
Lilith plans to teach your mother a ritual.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. What else? Yeah, on that note though, on some real shit, I'm finna holler at y'all later. I got some other shit to do. I was gonna wait till a cutscene happened, but apparently they ain't got no cutscenes anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, maybe later tonight I'll get back on and play some Battlefield or something. I'm not sure, but it felt good. But yeah, I guess I'll holler at y'all later today. I'm about to just chill for a minute, maybe put some beats down or something like that. But yeah, I'll holler. Peace.